Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I'm back with another reading for you. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. If this is your first time, I welcome you. I hope this message will resonate with you and you will become a part of the tribe here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for your support. Thank you for watching, for your subscription, for giving these videos a thumbs up and leaving your comments. I love to read them. Thank you so very much. I'm sending you love and light wherever you are. Just know that you are not alone. Spirit, God, the divine is with you. Just have that courage to know that you are not alone right now. Your needs. Do you need more time to yourself? A break from thinking too much? A kind encounter with a friend? Your needs matter, and it's time to honor them. So Spirit is saying it is time. You see the clock? It is time to focus on your needs, on yourself. Self-care is not selfish. Do you need a break? And so many of us, we are givers. We will do things for people that we won't even take the time to do for ourselves. And so Spirit is saying, take a moment. You can see here in the clock, she's like floating. It's like a pool. Take a breather. Spirit is saying your needs matter. Do something for yourself sometimes. Make a date. Pick a time. And take care of your needs. At the back of the deck, it's growth. So Spirit wants you to focus on yourself. The card says evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So Spirit is saying here, in order for you to grow, you need to break out of that shell. You see how tiny that house is? That can't hold you back. That can't keep you. Look how big, look how tall, look how green, flourishing and abundant this tree is. This is you. You're like the tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in due season. Your leaves will not wither. And Spirit is saying evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. So stop thinking small. So you may look at this and say, oh, it's a house. Well, this house could be your mindset, your mentality, the way that you see yourself. Small. You don't see yourself as a tree. It's one thing for the enemy to see you, like the video that I recently released. It's okay for people to see you, a certain way, but it's more important as to how you see yourself. Because even the enemy can see you as a giant, but then you, in your own eyes, you put yourself in such a small box, like you're a dwarf. And nothing is, I'm not saying in a negative way, of course not. But I'm just saying, it's like the example, the cat or the lion. How do you see yourself? Are you a lion that is holding yourself back into complying again to feel comfortable around people who cannot handle you, who cannot handle your greatness? And this card it kind of reminds me of going into hermit, focusing on yourself, shining the light on yourself. This is Spirit, want to take a moment with you, because we are so busy. We're not hearing from spirit, all we do is shout orders at spirit. Our God, my wish list, what I want, what I need, but we're not taking time out to listen, to seek, to hear the word, because spirit knows who you are. God made you. You are a big deal. And spirit is saying you have growth. But some of you are limiting yourself. Spirit wants you to burst out of the pack. Leave again people, places, and things that no longer serves you. Feelings. Honor your feelings, Spirit is saying. Healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. Again, just a lot of forgiveness. Taking time out for yourself. Not only physically, but spiritually. I mean, all the alleys here. Psychologically, financially. Because again, yes, you need a break physically. Some of you need a break mentally. Some of you need to know you need a break financially. And Spirit is saying you have to get out of that lack mindset. Some of you want to get a break. Want Spirit to do something for you with your heart. You know, with you coming into a partnership, a relationship. And Spirit is saying you need to heal. And you're thinking that God is mad at you. But you are thinking, I'm waiting on God. But God is actually waiting on you to do the healing. Because you may think that you're healed, but a lot of us, we're not. Healing begins with feeling. You have to feel the emotions. And it may make you cry. It will make you sad. Because you have to go back. It's like carving out that wound that you thought was healed, but it was just this little scab over it. But every time you bump somewhere, it bleeds again. And Spirit wants you to deal with this situation once and for all. Let's go in. You know, for example, it's like you having an apple and a portion, you want that apple, but a portion of it, it looks brown, like it's not good. So Spirit, what do? You take a knife, right? And you carve out, you cut down, way down deep into that apple so that you don't see any more of that color, that it's spoiling or it's rotten in that area. And this is what Spirit is saying. Cut it out. Let's cut it out. Because this is why when we go into relationships, as soon as the other person, you know, they do something, then it's like those old emotions and feelings come back up. Oh, you're going to treat me like the last person. Oh, you're going to cheat on me. You're going to lie to me. All of this emotion, again, because that little scab over it, it's not healed properly. So every time we're very moody, because every time something or someone poke at that little area, it irritates us. And Spirit is saying when you heal, you forgive, you release, you let go. And then when new people come into your life, into our lives, then we don't hold them hostage with guilt or feelings of our past. Because you take time out to deal with your pain. And Spirit is saying, be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. Because yes, some of us, we're angry. Because how could we allow that person, this person to trick us? Now you're looking back and you can see all the signs that, oh man, they were really lying to me. Why didn't I just go with my heart, go with my gut? Yes, that is true. And then maybe there was something for you to learn from that situation. Because for me, a lot of the things that I encounter in my life, especially with people, because for a long time I was more like sheltered, in the sense naive, not really exposed to a lot of things. But then when I started to encounter people who took advantage of my kindness or disadvantage, they abused their power, and yes, a lot of it I allow them to. It is really because of those people why I'm here today. Because, again, remember, sometimes God uses people, the enemy uses people too. But see, the difference is that the enemy, the things that was meant for your evil will work out for good. And sometimes God will even use these people to call you into your purpose. So be careful how you look at things. Be careful how you blame yourself. Because now, and I'm not undermining or belittling the hurt and the pain, because God knows I've had my share. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you are still here. What does not kill you make you stronger. Change your perspective. You learned, that person taught you something, and in return you taught them something too. Because even though they may have thought that I was naive or gullible, it's like they didn't realize God placed them in the life of an earth angel. That even when they were hurting me, I was still being kind to them. Until Spirit God says enough is enough. They came this close to finishing me off. But their mission was already limited. It ended. Because whatever God wanted me to learn, I learned that lesson. So no matter what the enemy wanted them to do, any extra things, it could not prosper. It will not prosper. So Spirit is saying, step out of your comfort zone. Work on yourself. Put yourself first. Wow. Truth. Truth. Truth is different at different level of consciousness. Reserve judgment. So yes, no judgment is passed here. But this is the truth. Spirit is saying. This is like the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. Optimism. If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. See, I told you, change your perspective. Optimism is seeing things at the brighter side. Look at the brighter side. You're still here. I think it's Damita Hadan who sings a song, I'm still here. You couldn't break me. You couldn't take me. I'm standing my ground. I'm still here. They tried. The enemy tried, yes. And a lot of people went through a lot of the things that you and I have gone through, and they are not here to tell the story. So it must be for a reason and a purpose that we are here. Spirit preserved us, hid us for such a time as this. Because who is going to believe you without a testimony? If you're going to write a book, it has to have something in it. And as I see this book, you know, some of you, your stories are going to be in a book. And this is how you're going to know. And you're really going to appreciate your journey. Please make them love stories with happy endings. So yes, your story, your journey will be a happy ending. What did I say? Happy ending, right? Happiness. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. You choose. You choose. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. So you choose. Again, change the way you see yourself. See yourself in a higher light. We're here for a purpose, on purpose. You know, someone said the reason why the grass in the cemetery is so green, it is because so many people died with unfulfilled potential. A lot of people died with books that were not written, businesses that were not started, families that were not built, relationships and connections that were not formed. And so in the end, it's like everything, it's mature. It's gone back. It's manure. Because it's gone back to the ground. So this is why while we are here, it's important to live your life. Live your life. Let us live our best life. We're still in the first month. Let next year, God's willing, this time, we can look back at our life and wow, be marveled at how many things that we healed, we overcome. You are brave enough to step out to start the business. You're brave enough to go back to school to take that course. You're brave enough to spend time with yourself, to do the healing work and stop blaming people for your mishaps and your failures. But you take responsibility. You're taking the power back. Spirit is saying you choose your happiness. You get to choose. You can't blame people for your pain every day, all day of your life. Hurt people. And you know, it's like I said earlier with my story, you know, it's kind of like being sheltered, being a little naive, and not realizing how evil people can be out there. You know, because the same way that we are earth angels, we are ambassadors for God. It's the same way that people who look like me and you, people who are even, we would say, better looking than us, charming, they are ambassadors for the enemy. They are agents of the devil. And so this is spiritual warfare. So as we become more mature in our journey, we begin to realize, so now when you encounter people, the lessons that we learned in the past, yes, we're healed, but we're no longer naive, because those were meant to teach us something. Now we can spot, we can see things. Our eyes are open. Things are revealed. And so now we're not looking just at the outward part, but we're looking at the heart. We're looking at actions speak louder than words. Anybody, all of us can only fake it for a certain time. I love when Judge Maybelline, when she used to do divorce court, and you know, sometimes whether man or woman, they would say, Judge, I thought I could change this person. And she would said, look deep before you leap. Look deep before you leap. Because a lot of the things that people are doing after they get married. They were already doing it before, but we were so blinded. We had those rose-colored glasses off, and Spirit is saying, take it off. So now we're not making the same mistakes, because now we are aware that we are in a spiritual warfare. The person you encounter when you go outside to do business, you don't know what spirit is in them. Try the spirit. And this is why we're coming into our soul tribe, because by us connecting and relating to people, then you can say, yes, that person speak, whatever they say, I can feel that connection. It's at a soul level. This is not surface stuff. And so we begin to learn. We listen to our instinct, follow our intuition. And as that develops over time, we learn to trust that. And so we're able to pick off those evilous, devilish people in our life. So this is why Spirit is saying, don't allow people to change you. Because again, when we realize the purpose of people, when you go to movie, that's what it's all about. You have the good guy, you have the bad guy. It's the same thing in life. The good guy and the bad guy. Space. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to your life. Give yourself the gift of space. Clean out your heart. Remove all the junk, the toxin, relationships, friendships that have been dead and gone. It's like you're holding on to those dead corpses, those dead bodies in your heart. Come on. Lighten up yourself. Free up yourself. Spirit is saying, give yourself the gift of space. The quality of life that we live, whether we choose happiness, whether we choose to see things on the brighter side, if we're going to grow, if we're going to heal, is us going on the inside and removing, taking time to remove all the junk, the toxin, the clutter, all the things that so easily, as the Bible said, beset us, all the things that get us angry, upset. They trigger us. You take out your anger and your frustration on your children, your co-worker, your family, your spouse, your friends, because you have trauma, you have baggage, things on the inside that are not healed. Spirit says, get back in love with yourself. Passion. Get back in love with yourself. Your heart craves. Your heart longs for this passion, this fire. Lighten up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Get back in connection with yourself. Love yourself. I remember the first time I heard the Whitney Houston song, Learning to Love Yourself is the greatest love of all. And I said the first time, which was like a couple of years ago, the first time I listened, because before, you just go through it, learning to love yourself. But the first time that when I was going through personal things in my life, connections and relationship, I was playing music on my phone. and I had it on the counter, and as Spirit just had it right then and there, right on time. As soon as I was passing, I heard the song playing, and I stopped and I looked up the lyrics, the words of the song, and it spoke to me. Learning to love myself, it's the greatest love of all, because I was giving other people what I should be giving myself all along. And when you start to pour back into yourself, wow, self. If beating yourself up work, you would be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Look at this, self. Learning to love yourself. You see that? The heart, the cage, coming out, breaking out, freeing yourself, setting yourself free. Spirit says if beating yourself up worked, you would be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Love yourself enough to choose happiness. Love yourself, and let me tell you, when you start to love yourself, opportunities open. Because now you're connecting with the things. It's like you're on a different level. You're attracting different people, different conversation, different mindset, different opportunities and doors that are open to you. Just by you healing, just by you seeing things from a different perspective. Priorities this month. Like I said, let it be. Next year, this time, we can look back and see how far we come. We overcame, we can say, we overcame so many obstacles and challenges. I did the work. You see, the calendar, priorities. The quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Make sure your schedule reflects the life that you want. Okay, so sitting there, wasting time. Again, what life do you want? What life do you want? Someone said you should work today like nobody else want to, so that you can live tomorrow like nobody else can. So it's kind of like the people who don't want to work today, and you are pushing, you're hustling, you're grinding, and this can be work in any area of your life, whether on your family, your job, your business, work on your health, work on your healing, whatever your journey is. But the people who don't want to do that today, you are doing it so that tomorrow in the future, you will be a better person. While those other people, they will still be in the same place. So again, spend your time wisely, Spirit is saying. Stop thinking small. Step out of your comfort zone. Think big. Your future is bright, Spirit is saying. You see how this book is bursting out with love? Let your story ends with love. See, it is not how we start. It is how we finish. Finish strong. Finish strong. Finish strong. You have nothing to prove to people. This is all for yourself. Decision. This reminds me of justice. Decision. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. So Spirit is saying you need to make a decision. What is it that you want? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your family? You need to call judgment on your future. You need to call judgment on your life right now. Now, if this is how you want to live, Spirit is saying, well, go, keep at it. Feeling sorry for yourself, looking down on your situation, feeling hopeless, helpless. Spirit is saying, go ahead. But if you know that you can do better, do better. Love, a lot of love. Love people. Love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. Yes. Learning to love yourself. Love, self, happiness. This is all about you. This is all about your growth. This is all about your wish fulfillment. Security. Security. Making deposits. True security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts and you will be a wealthy person indeed. So you see, wealth is not just money, but your time, your space, your energy, your personal power, and your love. Spirit is saying make deposits in all of these accounts and we will be healthy. So again, we saw the calendar, we saw the clock, the time, your space. You know, again, see? Space. Spirit is saying give yourself the gift of space. Love yourself first. Your energy. Take back your energy, your power that you're pouring into people, places, and things that no longer serve you or deserve you anymore. This is what Spirit is saying. I mean, clearly, step out of your comfort zone. Love yourself. Love yourself. You get what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standard. Wow.